not be effective to treat the seasonal influenza. Fortunately, right now, the H1N1 virus is treatable by Tamiflu, and that's why you saw a run on it. What if H1N1 combined with some of the features of our seasonal influenza and adopted the resistance of Tamiflu? Well, then we'd have to see if we could treat with other medicines. The point is that you may not be able to have a medicine that effectively treats this. You're not going to want to go out and go to the hospital and try and find out if you have this. You're going to want to try and have home care and take care of yourself at home. Next slide. So the mode of transmission is by large respiratory droplets. Try to keep away from people who are coughing and sneezing on you. Next. And the way to prevent that is to try not to touch places that have those large respiratory droplets, because then you can touch your eyes, nose, and mouth after you've touched those. And so these are some slides on keeping healthy habits. We can just go quickly through those. Next slide. Next slide. Washing your hands is very helpful. And if you can't wash your hands, using alcohol-based rubs is helpful. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. And these are some of the surfaces that you could catch it from. Next slide. Cleaning disinfectants are very helpful. Next slide. And the Red Cross, as much as they would like to help you in serious problems, and I've been able to volunteer with them, in the pandemic their supplies and their abilities to help would be far outstripped almost immediately. So that's why it's so great that everyone here is into preparing and being ready on their own. Next slide. So these are the slides that were of our local things. So if you have any questions, you can email me. I'm very easy to find on the web. And we actually have wonderful resources online now with the CDC and the local government. The last slide has some of that information if you want to go to that. But thank you for allowing me to share about H1N1 and about pandemic flu. And I hope as you get prepared, you'll be ready for when the pandemic does happen. You'll be ready to be able to be home and be prepared for this problem.
Your arm must be tired.